Hello, I am the Ronin Pawn, and welcome to the Clustertruck Speedrunning Tournament 2021. I am sat here today with AJ213, speedrunner and moderator extraordinaire to the Clustertruckers.
Wow.
How you doing today, AJ?
I'm doing absolutely swell on 7 hours of sleep.
Why so little sleep, friend?
Well, you know, you gotta make this. You gotta make the games. You.
I'm just dealing with the same technical difficulties we had last time that have emerged at the precisely same moment that we had them last time. We have lost Luke. Well, we've lost somebody. Why do I have 17 Luke? We've lost 8BitBlitz. We've got Luke. Which means that AJ goes and lives over there. I could say that it's a good opportunity to go to our technical difficulties screen, but hey, isn't it more interesting to look at me flail and you know, AJ's arms moving around and stuff? Hello, wait, who? Wait, hold on, nearly, could we? Boom. AJ, you're back. You're back, Falcon.
Amazed.
All going as planned, says Ventatsu. Thank you, by the way, for the subscription. If I miss any things like that during the stream, you know, we've got it all turned off for the sake of the Clustertruck, but I do appreciate it. Welcome, Jermasian Srastus, Enter Piaz, Mac It Happen. Who else is here in chat right now? TF, Little Magnets. Noah is here. Noah, why is Noah? Didn't we ban that guy?
We should.
And Trixie Mix and Frackle. Is it tournament time? It is indeed. Oh, we've lost you again. You've gotten significantly shorter. My God, you're getting older, you know, as the seconds go by here. How many times am I going to have to say? There you okay, welcome back. Welcome back.
Just have to fight. Oh, okay, hi.
So, who have we got on the lineup for today, AJ?
Well, we have 8BitBlitz and Luke. One is an any percent runner, that's 8BitBlitz, and one is a NoUtility runner, Luke. And they're going to fight to the death in this race.
Okay. Do we need to provide, like, burial, like, costs or something like that? Should we notify family members?
I think we're just going to burn the corpse and, like, move on.
I mean, if it works for you, it works for me. I'll tell you what. I'm going to push us over to the I'm going to be very unprofessional is what I'm going to do. You ready? Because I like unprofessional. Unprofessional is real. Real recognize real. Let's come on over while I change out all of the text again, like I didn't do before the stream. Oh, good. You put that back on. That's exactly what it... Well, I configure you silence yourself with a mask so that I can try and juggle talking and typing at the same time. Who's on the right side of the screen today?
Wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what to do.
Thank you very much, and I will get right on that. Well, I'm doing that, though. What do we know about these runners? Do we have any Any insight into their heads? Anything that we could tell the people
So,
that really is personal, private? I mean, could we dox the runners live on this stream, possibly?
possibly. Well, they didn't provide enough information, sadly enough. However, we do know that Luke also runs Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 for other games to speedrun. Quite interesting. My childhood favorite game, Mario games. And
Well, I probably shouldn't have said before we got started that I think they're overrated, huh?
Yeah. And as for 8-bit Blitz, could we just call it EBB? Does that work?
Hey.
EBB?
I don't know. I like saying 8-bit Blitz, you know? The man in the back said everyone attack and it turned into an 8-bit Blitz. And the girl in the corner said, boy, I want to warn you, it'll turn into an 8-bit Blitz. 8-bit Blitz, 8-bit Blitz. It's an 8-bit Blitz. It's an 8-bit Blitz. Sorry.
Talking about that, we should probably make it so that the runners can't hear us anymore.
Well, they got to be able to hear us for the countdown.
Oh, that's true. Never mind. That's true.
Oh, God, we almost lost him again.
Oh, did we?
No, I brought him back. Everybody's alive. Could we see that everybody's alive? Let's see. Is 8-bit Blitz? Could you show me some movement on your screen? Just click on some things. Same thing, Luke. Yeah, thank you very much. And Luke? All right, I'm seeing some hovering over the play button. It's looking good. Are we just dive right into this run then today? Because it's been a smooth, direct, straightforward, clear, and crisp opening so far.
Okay, you know what? We might as well. I'm going to start the countdown. We're going to go when I say go. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
That is the meanest countdown ever. This is like 1.7 seconds per second, AJ. What are you trying to do to these runners?
Make them get a horrible 1 time is what I'm trying to do.
Well, they've both managed to clear 1-1 anyway. And so who am I watching right now? Looks like 8-bit Blitz is moving into the lead immediately with coming into 1-3 here, pushing past the wall as it crumbles. Now Luke is moving into 1-3. Always curious to see what kind of RNG comes up in 1-3 for the runners, because it is one of those early game moments where if the wall doesn't fall the way that you wanted it to, then all hope is lost, you know? Time to reset the run. So is this, I just gotta get familiar again, 8-bit Blitz. Okay, 8-bit Blitz, just moving through 1-5 there, nice, slow, stable, but getting through it, kind of a method. Waiting for the wall to fall and pushing through 1-6, coming into 1-7. Meanwhile, Luke moving into 1-6 now, using that levitation. So, actually, AJ, you want to tell us about, like, NoUtility percent? What the difference is between, like, the no ability that we saw before?
So the main difference is runners now have the ability called levitation. And levitation will, if you click it, will stop you from, I guess, falling. And runners will be abusing that throughout the run in a lot of different ways to make sure they can beat levels without dying.
Yeah, so this really cuts some of the nasty parts of the RNG out of the no ability that we saw in last time's run. In fact, right there, seeing 8-bit Blitz move through to 110, despite the fact that all the trucks were swept away on him, that's exclusively because you click a button and you stay in the air with levitation.
It's like no ability, but sane.
Woo! Oh! Oh, Luke just barely managing to miss out the front edge of that goal plane. Oh, and he catches a truck on the way out and manages to pull it back for the second attempt on 110. Both runners now into Forest World. And that is a log. That is a log that you can very easily run your face into.
So one more critical thing, though, about NoUtility is that you need to manage your levitation. And so ideally, you want to be sure you're tapping it slowly so you don't lose as much. And if you don't, what ended up happening to Luke is he ended up dying on 110 because he used his levitation too quickly. Also because the truck was bad, but...
Yeah, we're seeing that again. A little bit of an overuse on the levitation on this level. Luke managed to use it, managed to save it, slow himself down, make the turn on 2-2 there, but was also completely depleted on the levitation, as he is here as well. I think we're probably going to see throughout this run that Luke likes to just down that levitation in a hurry. And more power to him.
Hey, as long
As
as
I
you don't
raise
die.
my beer. Meanwhile, 8BitBlitz pushing through this level. Nice little quick climb there on 2-6 up to the top and then leveling through. 2-7, always an interesting level regardless of what abilities you have or don't have. Lots of ways to die on this one. It's very... It seems as though there's not a lot that could go wrong, and it's one of those where everything could go wrong. Even in any percent where, because of the PTB that you're trying for, it's just 2-7 is one of those cursed levels. No matter what category you're running, it's something to worry about.
My favorite is to die to a cliff face. That's how you really do 2-7.
With just getting, like, thrown head first into it?
Yeah, just due to the portable truck.
There's a pretty nice up and over that Luke pulled on the 2-6 there, going completely up and over the whole obstacle there and then coming out with some lev. And struggling with 2-7. Again, we're still talking about 2-7. Here it is, using the lev to save himself, even though he got head-butted by some of those trucks that come off of the top platform down onto you. And clearing it as well. We've got 8BitBlitz pushing for World 3 right now and making it in. And turning to the left, going out and floating directly into the goal on 3-1 with a little bit of lev. Interesting set of levels here with World 3. Every single one of these, if you've got levitation, they just start by run to the left, jump. Oh! Oh! Oh, but 8BitBlitz misses the goal plane, just barely getting underneath where the goal plane hits on 3-2.
I wonder if it's because he wasn't holding space. Oh no, maybe it's too fast to levitation use. Gotta manage that well.
I think, yeah, he let him get too low, so either he didn't use the lev early, or as you said in the first place, he just wasn't holding space and didn't expect to be that low that quick.
For context for the viewers, if you're holding space in Clustertruck, you just happen to fall 5% slower. Don't know why, but yeah, that's just how it works.
We've decided that it's not even a jump bar, it's a mini parachute that is redeployable. Hit the button and it pulls you up as though you're jumping, but you're not. And then if you're falling, hit the button and a very small parachute comes out of the back and slows your descent.
Maybe it's just like gliding with the coat or something like that. Like, wee.
So we've got 8BitBlitz in 3-7 and Luke in 3-3. Not that big of a gap between these two runners. World 3 is a quick level, or quick world, lots of quick levels, a few longer ones, but there is that big stopping point of 310. 310 can really just erase the gap between these two runners if it doesn't go well for 8BitBlitz right now. And he is coming up on it.
3-9.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry, Andy 3-9 too, if you screw that up.
Yeah, and 3-9 is not an easy one. So here we have 8BitBlitz moving into 310 and immediately taking death. It's an early death. It's not a big deal. But if the level does not agree with you, that's a second death on 310. This is an opportunity. If Luke wasn't dying right now, Luke, pull it out. Then we could see Luke catch up right now. That's a third death for 8BitBlitz in 310 while Luke moves through the first of the rolling... there are parts of me that are clenching here while I'm trying to talk, watching these two runners. The first of the rolling log levels, now he's into the second of the rolling log levels. Well, 8BitBlitz takes a death long into 310, pushing through that, giving Luke a more and more opportunity to get through these levels and catch up to him. We have closed the gap between these runners from 6 levels to 2. 1,
I think he's
even.
trying to let Luke catch up. Just trying to catch up for a fair race, right?
You know? Honestly, though, World 3 is one that, my god, does it take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of skill. And finally, 8BitBlitz pushes it in just by getting to the outside and managing his levitation well so that he can fall off the edge and catch that goal plane before, you know, heading to the death plane instead. Meanwhile, Luke, let's see what kind of luck he gets out of 310 here, because it's looking like a good first attempt. If he could just calmly and carefully put it in, this is closed. Yes, this is a huge gap that Luke has just closed right here. And 8BitBlitz missing that 4-2 clear. This level, 4-2, how do you feel about 4-2, AJ? Because it's like, it's one where the level just tempts you. All these trucks are in a row. It's like, you can go really fast if you do it right. And it's like... it just lures you in and gets you killed.
Yeah, especially in no ability. Especially in no ability. You think you can make it to the end and just don't at all.
Are there any good methods for 4-2 in any percent that are different than what you would do in no utility?
No, pretty much the same. Nothing you can do really.
Just a little extra use of levitation boosting. Do you want to explain the idea of the levitation boost?
So a levitation boost it is slightly misleading because it's not actually a boost. The overall, all it really is that it lines you up perfectly for landing on a truck, and so you end up gaining speed because of that. And so overall, you kind of love trucks, and if you are kind of parallel with trucks when you're landing on them, you end up gaining a lot of movement speed. And so, yeah, that's what the runners are sort of using right now.
Yeah, you watch a lot of runners of this game. In the no ability percent category in particular that we watched last time, those runners are doing that just with like very, very careful movement and control of their miniature parachute on the spacebar in order to line it up. But it is quite a bit easier and gives you more consistency when you can use levitation to softly land on the top of the truck and pick up that speed. Without having to have the perfect movement every time.
Oh,
Coming into 4-7 with Luke right now, and this is a nasty one, and he's moving through it with incredible confidence. I'm wondering if he's going to... Yeah, he's closing this gap as well, going up and over. That's very nice, very clean 4-7. And meanwhile, 8BitBlitz is still just two levels rather ahead of him in 4-9. I think we've got ourselves a pretty good tight race here. This is interesting. There's a couple of different places where we could see this gap suddenly get a lot larger, where we could see the positions change, but I think we've got two well-matched runners.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see how they carry on through Medieval.
Luke taking a bit of a death in 4-8 here, trying to deal with the timing of these lasers, just going to take it... Whoop, take it easy on the second attempt and move through into 4-9. Meanwhile, 8BitBlitz has put himself into Medieval World, into 5-2, and also has decided to run his game, for some reason, at 6 frames per second. Does that help the runners, AJ?
Not in this category. Not in this category.
It's just how it looks on the stream because of how we've got this set up, friends. Oh.
Is this legal?
Meanwhile, Luke, I have to keep like putting it over just to make sure I know who's who. Luke, moving through 5-1 there with a little bit of trouble, but making it work. It's funny how many of the levels end up looking so similar in Medieval World. I mean, it is the same graphic design, the same obstacles in a lot of different places, but if you just move your eyes from one to the other, they could be 5-1, 5-9. Who's really to tell the difference? Oh, we've got a freeze frame on 8BitBlitz. He's splicing. He's splicing! Meanwhile, Luke coming into 5-5. 5-5, a level that really defies routing, if you ask me. There's like no good plan for 5-5 if you're not using an any percent method to do a PTB off of a wall. There's just too much RNG, such a mixture of different obstacles here that are messing with the trucks and making it so you really can't expect anything. As a no-ability or a primary no-ability runner, my experience is there is no route for 5-5. There's just, well, there's 27 different routes and you gotta just pick the right one.
I'd imagine, though, in no utility, it could be possible that there's a truck height boost, or like you use the side of the trucks to gain height and just levitate to the end. But I can't imagine it's faster.
Either with a mega jump or pushing off of the back of it and then using your levitation. That's yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Up and around with Luke, and he's getting killed to the giant hitboxes. They are larger than the buildings. What you see is not what you get on that level. 8BitBlitz, though, is in 5-10, a very difficult level. I'm curious to see if this works out at the front. We saw Mattermaker yesterday struggling hard with 5-10, but a little bit of levitation goes a long way, and 8BitBlitz is out of that level and into Ancient World with no particular trouble.
Interestingly enough, he actually had the choice to levitate straight to the end instead of waiting for Piston to push him up. Could have done it easily.
That's true. I didn't consider that. Hard to get my brain into this no utility mode. Not a mode that I've run. Except I think in our first ever race in the community that I completely bombed in every possible way. We ran all of these categories and I was just didn't work out for that. There's a reason I'm not participating in this race. I don't need to feel that way again.
I don't even think. Did we even do any breaks back then? I don't even remember. Felt like nonstop.
No, I think we went like, geez, was it any percent into no ability, percent into no utility, too? It didn't feel like a good way to do that either. We've learned a lot, though, and especially Noah's put so much work into organizing this tournament that I think we've got a lot of good things happening here. Interesting to see Luke go the outside path with the levitation there early. Get up to here. Doesn't have any more levitation. Has to wait for one of these poppers to help him out. Doesn't actually... Oh! Waits a little bit too long on the popper. Takes the jump and gets clapped down by... You were saying that yesterday, AJ. You were foretelling the future on what we were going to see here. What have we got here? 8BitBlitz just missing that the opening on this level. I think maybe even forgetting what he was doing coming into 6-6, but recovering it using the levitation.
Although I was giving Luke crap earlier for the levitation management, he actually did do a pretty good job on managing the levitation when he needs to on that 5-10. Did a pretty good job. Just the tap, wait for it to go up, tap, wait for it to go up. Good stuff.
Here in Tilty World, I love seeing... again, it's just, you know, it's my Schadenfreude or Schadenfreude, however you pronounce that, but I love seeing people struggle with Tilty World when you have the abilities, because Tilty World, as we're seeing 8BitBlitz deal with right here, is just a bit nasty. There's really the only confident way to move through it is also risky. You move so fast that that you're hoping for one of the trucks to be in a right position to take a final jump to leap to the end. Although I suppose with levitation, if you can get a massive amount of speed at this one, it could be more guaranteed for getting through it. But it's just a nasty level, 6-8.
Definitely, definitely. And so Luke is 5 levels behind now, I think. So still pretty close race overall.
Yeah, and still anybody's race, really. When we start moving into those last 3 worlds, that is... The last 3 worlds are half of the game in the most literal sense. In terms of timing, World 7, 8, and 9 are half the length of most speedruns. And the levels suddenly amp up in difficulty, introduce a whole bunch of RNG, and can close the gap between 2 runners in no time flat. Especially if we're going to see, you know, 8BitBlitz, for example, there, going for a very conventional strat on that level, on the opening of 7-1, which is going to cost him a clear of about 22.5 seconds. If Luke comes into that level and knows the 13-second version of the clear, or the 16-second version of the clear, that's, you know, places to stack time fast.
Definitely. And actually, it's kind of why I say the first thing you should really figure out in this game is where are the simple, easy levitation skips, because they're simple and easy, and they're basically free time save.
Yeah, that 7-2 with 8BitBlitz going around the longest of the ways, 22 seconds, could have had that in 11.1 would be about the average on that level, I think, with the levitation skip.
Sounds about right. I don't really know too well on the times.
Ooh, that's low, but he manages to land it with the levitation. I'm watching 8BitBlitz here, and out of the level. That was scary, but well done.
As long as you're alive.
And now we've got Luke coming in, and we're going to see if Luke doesn't start to clear some of these gaps by using some alternate methods. Okay, he's messed it up, but he is going for the faster method here. Getting thrown by the magnet that comes over from behind. It pulls the truck that you're on up, and with levitation and enough speed, it's no significant challenge to just move yourself to the goal. There is a strat where you don't involve the magnet as well. Let's see if Luke takes this one the conventional route or knows that he could just drop to the left. He's taking it the conventional route.
Yeah, unfortunate. But as long as he doesn't die, it's actually mostly fine.
And, you know, it's the kind of thing where also I think it's a good sign. Like, I like to run games, and I also like to see runners who are basically inventing the game from scratch, who aren't necessarily studying everything that's come before them, because if you do just watch what other people have done before you, you're going to replicate what they've done before you and assume that that's the fastest method. When people, show that they haven't put a lot of time into studying other people's runs, it tells me that we've got a chance of them stumbling upon something new that's going to add to the game, something that's even faster than anything that anybody's done before, because they're not just copy-pasting what everyone has done before.
Definitely, and I think we both as runners have explored a bunch of different new routes for a lot of different levels.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's you've got to have a balance of it, too. You've definitely got to look at what your fellow runners are coming up with, because, the beauty of speedrunning is really that it's such a community collaborative effort. Everybody is, everybody is dying on 7-5. Everybody is contributing to a speedrun, to the larger speedrun as a whole with their various methods and things that they come up with. Somebody finds a new route, somebody finds a new movement method, and it adds to the whole. All the work that you do in your speedrun, regardless of whether or not you put up any golds or take any world records, is part of the annals of history of that speedrun, where other runners will learn from what you've done.
Definitely.
And oh god, 8-BitBlitz is into 7-9, is it now? The numbers,
yeah.
And how's it going to work out with the lev? This is tight, but it's clean and it's out. Was that a first pass?
I think so. I wasn't paying attention, though.
Yeah, I was missing that one myself. But 7-9 is a good chance to do some dying there. Big RNG when you move into that drying machine / washing machine of a level.
Yeah. I was waiting for that. When we call it a washing machine, we have to show that it's very important.
Seeing 8-BitBlitz having some trouble with 8-10 right now. Going straight for it. Is he trying to move in with the... Ah, I see. So we're just doing the all skill, no luck technique. He's got a little bit of levitation. He can contact another truck. He can stay in the air. If he can stay in the air, he can get back to the gold truck as it falls, which is what he's trying to do. He's got a little bit of levitation. He pulls it back and pushes it in 7-10. It's a hell of a struggle and a hell of a pullback there.
Luke finally making it out through 7-6. Took a really long death on that earlier for missing the goal.
And coming into 7-7, curious to see how he moves through here with levitation. Very easy to just get up and over everything and move through. Very short pop on that one. I wonder if he's holding the spacebar for this, but he's got the levitation to be able to clear that gap, get into this fall, and then just lev his way into the goal plane there. Oh, goodness. And 8-BitBlitz, meanwhile, is facing 8-3 and takes the death right at the end of the goal. This is a very nasty level as well. High technical level. Not a lot of RNG going on in this level, but so many things to bump your head into, so many things to get in your way, that this is just... It's a lot of work to make sure that you don't die on any of these things and then feed yourself through these two pipes, get over that last one, and get into goal, like we see 8-BitBlitz doing to clear 8-3. And now into the big RNG of 8-4. Ooh, using every single bit of lev to get it through as well.
I love to see runners take 8-4 really quick, because they just slide along all those trucks because of that gap. It looks really, really good. And actually, talking about NoUtility in specific, I believe for Steampunk, most of the levels you can actually go off on the side, and because, again, the goal hitbox is very wide, you can actually make it if you go outside of like the normal play area.
On what level again?
Most of the steampunk levels actually. I think like for example 8-3, you can actually avoid the pipes entirely and go off to the side. I'm not sure how fast it is, but I believe you can.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in my any percent run, I've actually, you get into a bad situation, don't quite have the length on a PTB that you thought, and so you just go outside, under, or to the left of the actual goal and find your way through. Ooh, that's a tight call for Luke, and he goes upside down, a little bit of a style flip for us on 7-9, showing off that clear. We do now have the better part of an entire world between these two runners, but I still want to say that anything can happen coming into hell. Hell is, well, it's hell.
Oh, especially, it'd be interesting to see how they perform on 9-10 and 9-7, actually. Both are kind of tricky.
Yeah, and I'm actually watching 8BitBlitz there clearing out 8-8. Interesting that here, with the levitation, going for basically the NoUtility route that's just made more stable with the levitation. But in that level, you know, there is the standard route for any percent, and if you've got levitation for NoUtility, is to just run full speed, start leving, and keep leving until you hit the goal underneath the bridge, because you've run out of height. And 8BitBlitz is struggling quite a bit here in 8-9 with these gears. But looks like he's got it lined up now, can use the levitation move straight to goal. Meanwhile, Luke is struggling with 8-3.
Overall, both, actually, if you think about it, 8-3 and 8-10 are actually pretty similar. Both have those giant pipes and those giant gears. And can you make it to the end without losing 20 seconds?
Oh,
That's your goal.
Luke slipping between the trucks as he was landing. That was good movement otherwise. 8BitBlitz is now coming to the end of 8-10, about to move into hell. Does not go for the grind off of the gears, just jumps straight in, and just enough levitation. I think the way that his mouse moved there, I feel like he was worried for a second. Oh god, do I only have that amount of levitation left? No!
R?
Ooh, and we're actually getting a little bit of action from the rock-on fingers in 9-1 there on 8BitBlitz's screen. Coming into 9-2, I'm curious to see how much speed he can get to try and cross this lava field with the levitation. Looks like just going for a nice, safe sort of bunny hop route, although when I say nice and safe, these jumps are very difficult to land. The trucks in that lava are not real trucks, and they do not behave as real trucks in terms of being able to grab onto the sides of them, grind off of them for height. You basically have to land dead on them. They're not going to give you anything to help you stay alive the way an actual truck would in the game.
And the worst part is if you take it and then you thought you would have a jump, but it just didn't work at all. You didn't get your jump from it.
Absolutely. 8BitBlitz, struggling with 9-3, 9-3, a big, yeah, get away from that fence, there we go, a big, you know, problem here. Oh, with the lev, can he make it? Oh, catches the side of that truck, keeps in the air, very clutch save for the end of that 9-3. Coming into 9-4 now, we've got the spinning log underneath here. We'll have potentially a big toenail at the end, depending on how fast 8BitBlitz, there's the toenail coming in. Manages to clear this one, but that's a clean, fast clear of 9-4. Coming into 9-5 now. We have to... Oh, he got an... What do you want to call that? Like an edge bounce. If you run into the very back edge of a truck at just the right location, it basically gives you an instant mega jump.
We need to make that possible. We need to make that possible anywhere. That would be nice. Just do that anywhere.
Don't give Alice ideas. New world record coming forward.
Hey guys,
And
did you pause?
8BitBlitz is now into the great separator of basically the entire game. A little bit easier knowing that you've got the levitation to help you land, but look at what these trucks are doing. This is what 9-7 is all about.
You gotta use that levitation sparingly too, just so you can save it for later.
Yeah, especially to clear these final gaps. Getting through to here, oh, slipping off the truck. Getting to that point is kind of the first half of everything. And there's 2 or 3 fail points that are very strong in this first half. And then there's just the last half as its own fail point, just trying to land on the friggin' trucks. 9-7, the death of so many good runs, so many good PBs. Meanwhile, we do have Luke moving through. Oh, Luke, save it! Oh, stay alive, Luke! Luke, pull it, yeah, hold on to it! Oh, and he saves 8-10. Out of levitation there, nothing to do, manages to just barely squeeze out one more quarter of a levitation to reach that truck and push to goal. Oh no, and 8BitBlitz still stuck on 9-7, even though he made it to the end. Get out of it, 8BitBlitz. Luke is on your heels. There's just 3 levels of separation. There's not. It's 9-1. I thought that was 9. They look similar. 6 levels of separation between these two runners now, and Luke is closing that fast. He's got a lot less to deal with in front of him than 8BitBlitz does right now with 9-7. If he can stay out of this lava, those aren't real trucks. There you go. He gets through 9-2. Just 5 levels of separation now between the two of them. 8BitBlitz taking another death, just sliding off the front of the tip of that truck. 9-7 is a hell beast. This is, you know what we should call this actually? What's the name of the thing? Cerberus, right? The dog with 3 heads. 9-7 is Cerberus. You have to face Cluster Satan at the end. Ooh, 8BitBlitz is looking good right now. Don't rush it, 8BitBlitz. Oh, he's got it. He's through 9-7. Whew. Whew. Okay, my heart's a beating. But there are only 4 levels of separation between these two runners right now. If Luke can push through 9-3 as he does and keep up with them, when we get to 9-10, 9-10 could be the deciding factor here. We don't know whether these runners are going to go for pause bounces. We don't know if they're going to go for climb skips. They're not going to go for climb. That's just me. But this is 9-10 could be the deciding factor right now. Luke's into 9-5. Well, 8BitBlitz is just finishing out 9-9, ready to come in and face Cluster Satan in the final battle. What do you think he's going to go for? Quick, AJ, what's his 9-10 method going to be?
I think he's just going to do it normally.
Let's see. We're about to find out whether or not he's going for climb skip. Have to get up to here. No, he is. He's just going to run it. He's just going to run it. Now, this method takes an average of, I want to say, 40 seconds? For runners, somewhere around 40 seconds to get up here. He could be hitting that truck at 17 seconds. He's hitting it at 19. He takes a death. It is not easy doing it the casual way. In fact, I think learning one of the speedrunner methods and then finishing the game is easier than running it the casual way. I never beat Clustertruck until I became a speedrunner. I had never cleared 9-10 despite spending several hours trying.
I agree. I spent a lot of hours on 9-10. It's not a casual friendly level.
He's making his way up the armpit of Satan right here, though, and he's moving carefully and safely with little bunny hops to make sure that he doesn't start sliding along the black ice, is what I like to call it, but it is just an effect. He's approaching the button now, and has he got it? He's got it! We've got ourselves a winner at 30 minutes and about 21 seconds or so on the timer. Timer's still going for Luke right now. This was a very close race. I could have seen 1 or 2 more deaths from 8BitBlitz has Luke back in this game if he gets fortunate across these last 3 levels. Let's see how long it takes him to put a close on this. Ooh, he's managing those. Oh! That's just bull. I want to recount. Oh, okay, not that much of a recount. Everything's frozen on my... Okay, it's coming back. It's coming. We're here.
A run is all.
All right, he's cleared 9-8 on the second pass, I believe, unless I missed an extra attempt while I was frozen. Into 9-9. I always thought of 9-9 that the most difficult part of 9-9 was climbing the chain. Until you understand the way that jumps will work while the trucks are going up that hard, steep incline, it can very much just take things away from you that you're sure you've got. And then suddenly your jump is a lot shorter. But we're out and into 9-10, final level for Luke now. Is he going to pull in anything crazy? Or is he just going to go for the conventional method? Just going for the conventional method here. Whoa! He's out of levitation early.
Let's see if you can pull it off first try.
So we're waiting for the wrist to clap down. Touch that truck with your face. Turn the corner. Jump across this one. Clear the gap. Turn to your right. Start being slow and careful if you want to stay alive. Nice little bunny hops here. Bunny hop, bunny hop, bunny hop. Up to the top of Cluster Satan. Going straight in for it, and boom! We've got a final time of 32:15, is what I'm going to call that, and I was totally not involved, just enveloped by the race. I was ready to stop the timer.
I honestly forgot to start the timer.
That was a hell of a race. That was a good showing, too. I really liked that final clear from Luke, that 9-10. Just didn't pause, didn't set anything up, didn't go over the top, just ran it in, hit the levitation at just the right moment to come in at the button from the side, hitting it twice in one go and clearing it out.
And really, this race could have turned out completely different if, like, Luke, I don't remember what level he was dying on a lot. Was it like 8-3? Was that the level that he was stuck on? Maybe we should talk with them, actually.
Yeah, maybe we should ask them if they remember. So we're going to get the runners in here for a post-race interview, if we can. At least one of the runners. Was somebody's mic wasn't working, or was a thing?
A minute.
I love that you're getting the documents for. I got a lot of questions for you. So back in 2016, with that whole controversy with the ladies,
We noticed that you filed your taxes wrong.
When are you going to release the files?
Release it.
That was. Did you have a hole in your desk now? You weren't even angry at 9-7, you know? Have you still got arms on the side of your chair, by the way, after speedrunning this game for as many years?
Let me check. I think I do, yeah. I have to,
It is a thing of lore that I have absolutely broken my chair and a lot of other things in anger. We got our first upset predictions, favored Luke by 150% or so. Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's right. Is this Luke then?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay. What were we saying? Was it 8-3 or which level was it that held you up?
I was throwing an 8-3.
You were actually on very good pace throughout this thing. Fell behind a little bit early, but once that gap widened, it actually closed up quite a bit between you and 8BitBlitz. I believe in Sci-Fi World. Was it Sci-Fi that we saw that coming together, AJ?
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, it's hard. We were watching the runs. I swear we were. How'd you feel about it, Luke, though? Because it was good runs, good methods. I liked your 9-10.
I had a good time, but I choked in a few levels. If I had stopped to think for a quick second, maybe I could have pulled ahead, but...
What's your NoUtility PB, incidentally?
Well, I think I just got it this run, but previously it was 38 minutes.
Wow, well then you definitely got it this run. We're looking at something like a 32-something side and click the button to stop it. But it's yeah, very good run. Very good. And I loved the 9-10. I loved the exit of just you got up there, you ran straight for the goal and hit the levitation.
It's a little annoying that I got it on my first try, and he took 3 attempts, but he still won.
That's the difference. It's just where you leave the time. But everybody's got to leave the time somewhere. That was actually a very good hell overall, I would say, from you. You closed a lot of the gap just moving through hell a bit better than 8BitBlitz. That said, do we have 8BitBlitz here and ready to speak? No?
Let's see if in the tournament chat.
I cannot hear you too.
Oh. Have we got you deafened, or is that a local issue?
Well, I guess they can't hear, but it doesn't look like they're deafened server-wide.
Okay. Well, one way or another, very good race, and honestly, this was really fun to watch. It felt like you guys were well paired, and from day to day, we could run this race 2 or 3 times, and have it would just go back and forth. That was a very good race to watch. Very fun. And we've lost one of the runners, which means AJ now lives down. Put your hand up a little bit more. It's directly above your head. There you go.
Okay.
Lost one of the runner's streams, but that does, I believe, then more or less bring us to the end of this live stream. That's 2 races.
Real quick.
Yes.
Sorry. I can't actually give whatever.
An interview?
Yeah, I actually have to rejoin. Yep. Sorry.
Okay. Any chance we could get another video feed live here so that we could get AJ back in place?
Yes, there is. There we go.
Thank you. And we look professional again. All right. 8-Bit Blitz, how do you feel about the run?
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So first of all, I thought that was a much worse run than it actually was. Like, that did not feel like a 30-21. That felt like a 35. That felt like a 40.
Well, it didn't look like a 35 or a 40.
Yeah, but jeez. Okay.
What's your
I
PB
guess I
in this
just-
category, incidentally?
No utility? The most recent run that I did was like 30 minutes. It was like before this, I just did my first no utility run today. I've been grinding any percent before everything else.
Okay, that's interesting. I did want to actually ask you both about that. You between the two of you, you managed to disqualify any percent and no ability percent. What was your thinking behind those choices of which categories you didn't want to run?
I did not want to run no ability because I cannot play without levitate. That is I rely almost entirely on levitate as a crutch, so I can't play no ability. And no utility I'm fine with because I don't actually really use the portable truck that much. I only use at the end, which is typically to do that skip, and typically I'm very inconsistent. I've almost never been able to actually hit that skip because I've only hit it once. The
PPTB?
no truck. The one at the very end of hell, where like you don't use the truck to hit the boss fight, where you first phase it.
Dropping the truck on the button? Is that the idea?
Yeah. Yeah, but typically, obviously that's typically what I do. But in the run, but there's also the way of just hitting the side of the button, which allows you to do the same thing without the truck. I've almost never been able to hit that, so I was very surprised I hit that on the first try.
Well, and
that was just a
Luke,
last-ditch effort.
You disqualified any percent. What was your thing behind that?
I would have been fine with no ability, but any percent, I don't know how to do. Well, I know how to do them, but not very consistently. The portable truck boosts, and I didn't want to get screwed over by somebody who knows how to do them. So my thinking was just if I get rid of the portable truck entirely, then I don't have to worry about it.
Very interesting having, just seeing, we've only had 4 runners come before us, and we all know Wolfie well is a world record holder, but to see a number of different people who have sort of mained in different categories and who are finding more enjoyment in certain methods. I'm a no ability guy from the beginning, so when I moved over to any percent, you are absolutely right, Luke, in that you got to train every one of those PTBs. There's very little that carries over between one and the next across some of the important levels. But very interesting to see how, different runners think about and what they're comfortable and what they're looking to run, what they prefer. What was, in fact, the preferred category for each of you? What were you going for? You got no utility. One of you disqualified no ability, won the any percent. But what was your preference, Luke?
My preference was no utility, and I got it.
So you got what you want. And 8-Bit-Blitz?
Well, my preference was any percent because that's what I'm doing, but I was also fine with no utility because in my mind, that's pretty much the same thing. And arguably could even be better if I'm going up against someone of a much higher skill level than me who would know portable truck boosts.
That's not me.
Yeah, we were both very lucky.
It kind of sounds like both of you played your I don't want to do that card just right to land in a place where you both had a pretty good, a good chance, and it resulted in a great race, and we really enjoyed it. Thank you both for racing with us today, and we will see both of you back later in the later brackets of the tournament.
All right.
Good.
Nice work, both.
Yeah, GG's all around.
Good game, man. Good game.
Good game. You played well.
So did you. You came out on top, but you know what? I had fun, and that's what
Somehow.
matters.
Okay, if
Somehow.
you guys want a hug or something, you're gonna have to leave the main voice chat. I can't.
I'll be on my way.
And we've lost all the things, AJ. Let's see. If you stand up and move to the left, yeah, there you go. We've got just give us a couple of sock puppets as we go to the end of this live stream. Day 2 of Clustertruck Speedrunning Tournament 2021. Luke versus 8BitBlitz. 8BitBlitz coming out with the win. Moving on, now has a potential to have to fight Wolfie in the winners category, and Luke heading over with Mattermaker to the L category. I hate calling it the losers category. I mean, it is, you lost the race, but it's just, it's the other bracket. Both brackets have an equal chance to end up being, the winner by the end of the tournament. But very interesting so far. Lots of fun. And do we have any idea when our next race is going to be? It's supposed to be next. Is it like the 19th, if I recall, is what it's scheduled for last I saw. So it would be this coming Saturday. It's Sunday now. So the 19th of December? Does that sound about right?
I don't know if we have anything.
Okay, where'd you go?
I'm disappearing. I had to go to the computer. So yes, it would be Sunday of next week, which would be the
Sunday?
13th. Wait,
no.
Maybe I'm looking.
Today's
I'm looking
the
at this one
13th.
right now. Yeah. So never
Should
mind.
be
Never
one for the
mind.
19th. Does that sound right?
Yes, it should be the 19th starting at 11 a.m. PS Pacific time, and then of course I'm just gonna say it like that. Should be on Saturday or the 19th.
I'll tell you what. Let's see if Noah isn't around to pass out all of those links in chat to the leaderboard. I think Noah's got a new link too, where it automatically does the conversion for all the time zones, because it's kind of ridiculous trying to say, well, and PST and then EDT and then GMT and UTC.
Let me just name them all.
But I think that brings us to the end of this stream, unless you've got something, AJ, you want to sing a song or something? Sing a song.
Sing a song? Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna cut him off there. We're gonna play some music. We'll see you in the next Clustertruck Speedrun Tournament 2021. I am the Ronin Pawn, and
I am AJ.
That's your hand mostly. But we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming out, everybody. That's a pawn out.